The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
The traffic. I didn't think I was going to make it. I still beat Lutzi. He just walked in the door.
Yeah, and look what Lutzi's wearing.
Same as him.
Oh, you're wearing... Oh, shit.
What did you just...
She's just slipped off the front of a chair.
Hey?
What happened?
I'm wearing my fancy satin
You
pants.
got the satin on, mate.
I can't get on.
Did you just slide off your seat? Did you?
That hasn't
just
happened for
look
years, has it?
Lutzi's never seen that before.
I'm still trying to wiggle on. Hang on.
Oh my God, you just slid... You're wearing like it's like a really cool pair of pajamas you're wearing.
Yeah, I'm wearing a very trendy satin suit. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But it's like my house is Teflon. I
You just slid off the seat.
I did. I went under the
I've
desk.
never seen that. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
You wouldn't have.
Oh, hello.
Oh, come on, no need for that.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm happy to have not spent time under the table for this job. Thank you very much. Yeah, come in
Speak for
swinging.
yourself.
Yeah, well.
We ought to do it the hard way.
Yeah, what didn't Lutzi do? That
Still
should be
doing
your
it.
water cooler thing.
Just gave Dylan a six-pack of Kieran beer.
Have you got your phone?
Services rendered this week. Let's just say that.
Working
No
overtime.
phone.
No phone still.
Still in the bottom of the lift well.
That's crazy.
Is there a plan to get it back?
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, did you go and speak to anyone?
I spoke to someone who spoke to someone.
Right, so something's happening.
Oh, no.
No.
It's getting critical now.
You need one of those. Remember when we were kids, those little sticky slap hands? Like the kind of...
Yeah, that would, but I
What?
can't even get that close to it because the doors won't open.
Can you see it?
No, because the doors won't open. The lift's broken.
What? The whole
It's
lift
been
is
for 3
broken.
days.
And where was the battery at, you reckon, when you dropped it down? Like with no activity, would the battery still be going, you reckon?
It rang out for a couple of days.
Okay.
I don't think now. Ash rang it yesterday and it worked.
Okay.
How are you so calm? Or have you found a new lease on life because you don't have your phone?
Oh, it's just, perspective and other things happening in my life, if you want to get real deep.
No, I do want to get deep.
I wish this would have happened before we had the astronaut in the other day. She spoke about being above the earth and looking at as one. There are no borders and all that sort of stuff, saying, you get a new perspective on Earth. And Lutzi could have went, I lost my phone for 2 days last week. I get it.
Yeah.
That's
Same.
Could have
Same.
connected.
But Lutzi, does that mean that everyone in the apartment block is walking up to their unit now?
Yeah, so I don't know why no one else cares.
Well, you must be the most hated person in the building.
No, I didn't break it. Like, I just came back and
Don't get defensive.
the lift broke down.
It's
I did not break it.
It's the photos that are popping up on your phone that broke the lift out of shock.
Yeah.
The what?
Nothing.
The photos that you're on your phone.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It's
Well, you
seeing
reckon
them
the
and
lift's
just...
looking at it.
Yeah, and just gone, oh!
Dylan, there we go. Got another sound grab. Thank you so much. Good on you, Nikki.
Lock it in.
Contributing
Oh.
already.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, speaking of running, I'm talking out of school here, but Lutzi, I went to I was leaving yesterday, walking to the front reception,
Yes.
and I'm
God.
I'm walking with one Mitchell James, and Mitchell said to me, Jess at reception, she said to me, she goes, Ashley, have you, how many marathons have you run? Because you've run some marathons, haven't you? And I said, yeah, but I'm not running anymore. Like, I'm done ski.
Yep.
And she said, well, I'm thinking of running a marathon, and so's Mitch as well. And and
What?
then
What?
Mitch was with me, and I went, oh, really? And Mitch goes, oh, yeah, well, I'm turning 40 next year, and I'm thinking about having a crack at a marathon.
Yeah, because there's only 3 ways for a man to go. Getting into smoking meats. There's getting into running marathons.
The lawn, getting into the front lawn, people do that as
NASCAR.
well.
That might be the other one.
So which one are you going for?
Well,
you thinking marathon?
He's
I'm
doing
already-
a marathon.
Oh,
He's
it's painful.
going for a
Yeah.
marathon.
Well,
He's
you
gonna
ever
do a
done one?
marathon.
Yeah.
Nikki?
Me, God,
No,
no.
never had that drive to want to do one?
Oh, I've driven one.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's the best way to bloody do one, I can assure you.
Now,
They're tough.
The background of this is what we were just out in Fun and Games a couple of weeks ago. I think Jesse's coming from reception. I think Juliet's coming from tech. I'm coming out of the studio. We all just happened to meet, and somehow we got onto the idea of, I don't know, travelling, something, maybe New York come up, and I thought, well, the guys 10 years ago did the New York Marathon.
God, 10 years ago.
I know, and
Holy hell, that was 10 years ago. we did that.
2015.
That was 10 years ago.
Yep.
Well, didn't we do Kokoda that year as well?
Yes, you did, yeah.
So we did Kokoda and New
in
York
May.
Marathon in the same year.
In 6 months, you did, Kokoda, then into the marathon.
Well, if you're going to do it, it's going to happen in the same year because that's like your fit year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then next year's your fat year. Like, You just kind of ebbs
that's
and
a good
flows.
So you're
is a good
thinking
point.
maybe do the New York trip because that was a fantastic. I know it was tough, Lutz, and all the rest of it, but you wouldn't take that back.
No,
that was a
it was
fantastic experience.
It was great.
Now I have your attitude towards.
I
it, Nikki.
wouldn't wheel around someone who's 100 kilo in a wheelchair like we did.
Especially if it's your first marathon, which it was for some people.
It broke me, all right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It broke me. Thank God. This guy over here.
What? Who was in a wheelchair?
No, we did it with Young Care.
We did it with young
But
kids.
for some
So
reason,
you pushed someone like
Who was in a wheelchair.
we heard
thought-
the word young, and
Yeah.
we thought it's going to be a young kid.
Oh, we thought they'd get like a 7-year-old, like a 7-year-old
Yeah,
kid.
Timmy's a big unit.
Timmy was. He had to be 100. He had to be 100 kilo.
Yeah, big unit.
Oh, my.
And
I was pushing him up the bridge,
Yeah, but
and
he-
I felt
he
like he
did
was
it
going to
all.
roll backwards straight over the top of me.
He was amazing. I barely finished. I finished. It took me 5.5 hours.
But Lutzy was so funny because you start over it. Where do you start over at one of the
geez,
boroughs, and then you
was it Staten Island?
you start at Staten Island.
Hang on, how long is it?
42 Ks.
Oh, yeah.
42.2.
Okay.
It's 42K, and I'd already run a couple of marathons,
Yeah, you
right?
were-
But it was Lutzy's first, and every time you run a marathon, it's just this huge sort of adrenaline rush, particularly at the start, because it is exciting. And
Yeah.
as we were running from Staten Island to the Bronx, it's the first like 2-3 kilometres of the run.
Yeah.
Lutzy was so amped up that
Yeah.
we were all running as a group that Lutzy started running backwards, like he was running with this, but he was
Because I had a GoPro on my wrist.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I became bloody Scorsese
Yeah.
or something. I'm like directing the thing. all
Doing
the
some
time.
Dutch
I'm
angles,
sprinting
you know?
ahead to get a great
Yes.
shot as they came
Yes.
through, and I'm hanging off a bridge getting a shot. And
Oh, yeah.
that bit me on the arse about
But
the
getting you-
25K mark.
Oh,
And I
no.
went down.
But
I
you
was
got
like,
there. You got there.
But you got footage too.
Yeah, I don't think they use that.
But I said to Mitch, it was so weird because one of Levi's mates, Levi just happened to be telling me the day before he wants to run a marathon, and he's organised his training program off AI. He put into AI.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm 21 years of age or whatever it is. I said to Mitch, do it. Right. This is my age. This is my weight. This is when I want to run the marathon. Make a program up for me. Mm-hmm. And you did it, didn't you?
I did. I threw it in last night, and it's sort of broken it down into different like phases, so blocks of months. And the first one's months 1 to 6, all about gradually
Yeah.
building up. And
Well, you're busy. I presume you don't have time to be going off to running groups and
busy,
stuff like
but
that.
like
You know what I mean? Like,
extremely unfit. And
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
the same attitude towards running, a marathon, but running in general, that Nikki was saying before, because I'm not a runner. As far as like if I was going to run or on a bike or go swimming, running is so far like on the bottom.
Oh,
there.
no,
Like,
I run. I'm not interested in
For
competing
I don't.
with cars for distance.
Like I've had this
No,
idea of just like, wouldn't it be cool to do what you guys did in New York? And I'm like, that just looked like such a great atmosphere. And I'm like, I'd love to just say that I did it once because I'm not a runner to like have run one of the most extreme things that you can do. Go run a marathon, 42 Ks. It's crazy. You know what? I'm coming up on 40, and this is where I was like 37 and change. I thought maybe once I could get like a 2-year training thing. I'm 39 in a month. I haven't run 10 metres. Like, no, I'm not joking. I don't run.
But you could do it. Or you could do it.
You reckon in 18 months?
Yeah.
I could get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You know what, Mitch? I've got a suggestion for you. Just buy a sports car like the rest of us.
that is the other 40-year-old
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Just
You
do
can
that. Just get your hair out while you've still got it.
Yeah.
You're going to get home today, and Sarah will have a brand new pair of Hokers for you.
Good to go.
Exactly.
The Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Yeah, Mitch about to start his track and field athletics career, I should say. But for those that are just a little bit more advanced than that, the Maury Plant Classic is in Melbourne this Saturday. It's our biggest domestic athletics meet, and it's the countdown to the national championships in Perth next month, and then the World Championships in Tokyo in September, which I'll be attending both to. And I think we're on the verge of something really special, as McAvaney would say in Australian athletics at the moment. And it starts with the sprinters. Of course, we've all heard of Gout and the phenomenal things that he's done. But there's a 21-year-old Queenslander studying engineering and commerce at University of Queensland, a Gregory Terrace old boy who last weekend, by 1/100th of a second, missed winning a gold medal at the World Indoor Track and Field Championships over 60 metres. He gets the silver, and he's currently the third fastest Australian over 100 metres ever, 10.03, which matches Matt Shervington. His name is Lockie Kennedy, and if you haven't heard of him, you're going to hear from him over the next 12 months, and he joins us from his palatial hotel room in Melbourne as we speak. Lockie, how are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? Thanks for that introduction. I got a goosebumps listening to it.
No, well, mate, we Lutzy sent us all the vision over the weekend of this 60-metre indoors, and that was a stunning result.
Hey, look, I'd seen it even before Lutzy sent it to you because it was going viral on Instagram. So if it pops up in my feed, Lockie, you're going viral. You're trending.
First time he's ever run indoor. The semi-final, he almost fell over and head face planted into that high jump mat they run into. But dead set, the first time he's ever run indoor, which is a different thing. You're running on boards, and you almost get the gold. And, mate, you look like you're in stellar form with the 100. I'm presuming you're running on Saturday night in Melbourne.
I mean, yeah, you could tell I'd never done indoors before. Yeah, like you said, I nearly stacked it in my first couple of races. But we were able to put it together for the final. And, yeah, I will be taking up the 100-metre and the 200-metre this weekend at the Moree Plant Meet. I'm super excited to be able to do that.
Hey, so this means, we'd have a pretty bloody good relay team,
man,
wouldn't we?
it is out of...
And a young relay team. If we've got Gout and we got Lockie Kennedy, that's a good start.
Lockie can probably explain this, and it's great because what's happened in, I think, in athletics in the past, athletes have worked in isolation. When Shervo and PJ, Patrick Johnson, were there, they didn't work together. We've always had this sort of maybe one good runner, maybe two, but they never work together, which really impacts your performance at an international level. Lockie, right now, there is so many good sprinters, like world-class sprinters. Like getting a spot on that 4x1 is going to be really tough for Worlds.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy how there's just so many good sprinters in Australia, young good sprinters, right now, all at the same time. Like you said, in the past, it's kind of been we've had one or two like super duper elite world-class sprinters. We seem to have 4 or 5 right now. And yeah, like you said, making that starting 4x1 team is going to actually be a real challenge. You can't just rock up, run an okay race and then expect to get a spot. You're going to have to really fight for it. You're going to have to bring your A game to every competition you go to.
And so, did you say Gregory Terrace boy?
He's a terrace, mate.
Have you broken every record that Gregory Terrace
He was rugby. He was a rugby winger as well.
Were you really? Oh my God! So
yeah, no, I got the 100-metre record. I don't think I ever got the 200-metre record. It's not as much my event.
He never ran against. He's 4 years older than Gout, who was at Ipswich Grammar, I guess, for a hot minute while you were at Terrace. But one thing that you did have as a young fella, I think as a 15-year-old, you were diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So you've got the glucose monitor. That's one thing I only learnt yesterday, mate. That's something as an elite athlete, obviously you've got to monitor, and then probably an inspirational for other people with diabetes as well.
I mean, yeah, I got diagnosed around that time. I don't exactly know when. I can't even really remember not even having it anymore, sort of thing.
Yeah, right.
But as far as I'm concerned, it's just like one extra thing I got to manage, whereas a lot of athletes got to manage when they train, what they eat and all that. I also got to manage my blood glucose levels. But I mean, it's not stopped me from doing anything I don't think I couldn't have already done, and I'm not going to let it stop me from
Now, I've got a question,
doing
because I was quite taken aback when I saw your race online, because I think SBS had shared
SBS said it, yeah.
And then I'm watching you go super fast. I'm like, he's in our uniform. This is amazing. And then I saw you finish, and then I saw you all just face plant into this mat.
The mat,
at the end. Does that take some getting used to? Do you have to train as to how you're going to hit the mat?
It's the first time he's done it, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, in the heat when I first did it, I actually, because it's kind of like it's a rise up into the mat. It's a bit of an incline. I was so focused on running into the mat, I forgot about the incline. So I completely lost my footing and hit the mat face first. It definitely takes some getting used to. And then in the semi, I nearly did it again, but I got it by the final. But the mat is not soft. That is a hard mat. You You got to use your arms to brace for it. You cannot go face first.
That's where the
that.
footy training comes in. You're just used to running into hard things.
Good
fast.
point.
Yeah.
Running full pelt into it. That
And
way.
Can you imagine? Like there'd be some NRL clubs out there. Like if you can catch and pass, there'd be some NRL clubs out there that would love to get you on.
No, stay in athletics.
Oh, no.
Don't
I'm
you
not.
dare.
No, I'm not.
Don't you dare stealing from athletics.
What am I talking about?
What are you talking about? They've got enough over there.
But let me ask you this, Lockie. I was watching recently Formula One drivers when they were in town. They were doing some type of reflex test on them where they were dropping like these. They were like little weights that would just drop randomly, and they had to. And the Formula One drivers, their reflexes were almost like cat-like. Like they'd drop it and they'd be able to catch it. I would imagine that as a world-class sprinter, your reflexes, your natural reflexes, would have to be super quick. Are they? And the other part to that is how can you improve that? How do you train for reflexes? Like the gun goes off, and you got to get going. Yeah, what is it? Is it Fortnite, mate? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you just got to learn to be super responsive to mainly sound. Because obviously you can't see them actually pull the gun. It's like you got to be able to block everything out and just react almost instinctively to the first noise you hear. Which is why when like the bloke next to you, if they jump early, you'll jump early as well because it's the first thing you see rather than the gun. So you just got to be able to. It's kind of hard to train for, but you can get like certain software and certain features to train your reaction to sound and your first movement. But yeah, like you said, you got to be super twitchy, super reactive if you want to be one of the best starters in the world.
Train with a blindfold on. Do you do that?
Like a
So you're just
Jedi.
listening. Yeah.
I mean, I close my eyes in the blocks anyway, so I might as well have.
Wow.
have
Oh, there you go.
That's so cool.
I block everything out.
And a Servo, Matt Shervington, as we all know from now as a Sunrise host, for those that don't
That's
know.
not why I know him.
Some of us know him from before that.
None of us know him from Sunrise.
But he was a great sprinter, obviously. But Shervo said, I think last week, after your World Indoors, that 3 Aussie men will run under sub 10 this year.
That's
Which is a
crazy.
mind-blowing concept. Honestly, that is. I mean, only PJ Patrick Johnson's the Australian record holder at 9.93. But, I mean...
Really?
What do you think about that? I mean, that's pressure, Lockie, but it's also something surely that you have to be... aspiring to. Like, I don't know if it'll happen in Melbourne this week, but potentially with better conditions in Perth for Nationals, we're going to see some amazing world-class racing at the domestic level, which of the ilk we have never seen before in Australia, really.
Yeah, I think 3 might even be a low ball. I think we could have 4 or 5 blokes go sub 10 this season, which would be obviously we've only ever had one bloke do it before, but it would just be like unheard of.
Why
We'd be
are
one
we
of the
so
best
fast?
sprinting-
What do we hear? Is it Guzmani Gomez? Like,
You've got to say the Brisbane Olympics has got to be
Guzmani.
something. or is it
I
Guzmani
reckon
Gomez?
it is. I reckon it is, Nikki. I reckon
It's Guzmani
it
Gomez.
can't be a coincidence.
Lockie, please answer.
I mean,
what are you eating?
when you just got one bloke running fast, you don't want to. No one's gonna like destroy the field. So if I'm running fast, and the 2 blokes next to me are probably going to be running fast.
That's
as well.
it.
That's it.
We've just got so much good competition and like rivalries. It's all fun. It's all banter, but like everyone wants to win at the end of the day. So they're doing everything they can.
That's
and I mean,
so
the
good,
standard's
mate.
just been raised. It's like it's at a whole different level to what it was. I mean, yeah, you got to bring your A game. You got to be proper fast if you want to be competitive in Australia now.
Kids in the car, the name is Lockie Kennedy, Lockie Kennedy _ on Instagram. Be part of the journey. He's fantastic, and he's about to be sponsored by Guzmani Gomez, which is even more exciting. Good on you, Lockie. Good luck Saturday, brother, in Melbourne.
Cheers. Thank you so
We'll
much
be
for having
rooting
me.
for you, Lockie.
Yeah.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Teasing yesterday, Nikki, you're going to start doing things a little bit differently for $50,000 Mystery Voices.
Yes, I am. And I'm trying to work out what my clue is. Right.
Do you have one now?
I was meant to be given one. So now I'm
you're
going to make one
you're
up.
going rogue? This is exciting.
This is proper rogue now. Oh, wait, hang on.
Let's play the voices one more time so you can listen to the voices and then apply the... Oh, hang on. No, you want to get the clue first.
Okay,
And
yep.
then listen to the voices.
All right, I've got the clue now.
What do we got?
Which I didn't know. Okay, voice number 1, similar to Delta Goodrum, was born when?
Oh, no.
They're born in the same year,
Okay.
same vintage.
So number 1 is born in the same year as Delta Goodrum.
Yeah, same vintage. And we know they're Australian.
And an Aussie. Oh, that'll go today.
Can I hear it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Please.
Hang on.
I listen to
Nova.
I listen to
Nova.
Come on, that's got to be easy. Everyone will be on the Googs going, who's born in this year,
Yeah, and the other clues as well.
who's Australian.
Oh, you're giving that as well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's Australian and born the same year as Delta Goodrum.
And then
a
has
female, obviously.
some connection to me.
There's a lot of...
That was 1984.
Oh,
So what?
well, there you go.
41?
41 this year?
40, turning
41 this year.
41.
Delta's 41? What?
Yeah.
We all grow up.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Come give me that cash. Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne's $50,000 Mystery Voices. Guess these 4 voices
I listen to
Nova.
and win a guaranteed $50,000.
Well, I gave out a very big clue a few minutes ago,
Huge.
and I just hope that people have taken that on board. So make sure you are listening intently, because I dropped a very big clue. So let's see if the person who has called in has been listening. Who do we have? We've got Anthony. Anthony.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, and yourself?
I'm not too bad, Anthony. Not too bad at all. Now,
No excuses here, Anthony. I think with the clues we've been given now, with a little bit of zwoosh zwoosh on the old mobile phone, if you had a chance.
Well, it's
This-
hard when you're driving.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I'm sitting here doing bugger all, and I think I've worked it out from the clues so far. So
you got on the Google's quick
yeah,
sticks.
I mean Google's obviously Google is king.
So, Anthony, did you hear the clue a few minutes ago?
Heard about an same age as Delta.
Yes.
So, but I don't know. I've got voices or names already down, and it's like, I don't know their ages.
Ah, but you're still driving.
No, I pulled over to talk, but yeah, you can't obviously Google in that time.
Yeah.
I feel like you should Google.
So have you changed, or you're sticking with the 4 you had?
I'll stick with the 4 I've got. Yeah.
Which obviously means that potentially in your brain that first voice, may work with the latest clue.
She could be in that age bracket. I'm just not sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's have another listen to the 4 voices.
I listen to
Nova.
Okay, Anthony.
Okay, so voice 1, I've got Claudia Carvin. Voice 2 is Idris Elba. Voice 3 is Lin-Manuel Miranda. And voice 4, obviously, Delta Goodrum.
Okie dokie. Idris Elba.
Who's Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Well, you love him.
He's an actor.
Right.
So, my daughter knows him more than I do.
Do you reckon I have a connection to this person?
No idea, but a connection could be the same age. Could be you've been somewhere at the same time.
Could be the same star sign.
That's right. So, guess clues at this point in time could be really loose.
Okie dokie.
And interestingly, Claudia Carvin, who was guest number 1, I ran into her co-star from, what's it called, Paperback Hero? Mm-hmm. Barry Lee last night at Norths.
Oh, you saw about... Yeah, he was in Paperback
starred
Hero.
alongside
Yes, he
Claudia
was.
Carvin in that film with Hugh Jackman.
He
as
was
well.
great in that
He was
film.
actually fantastic in that film, Barry Lee. But Claudia was in that film. One of my favourite actresses. She's been great over the years.
She's so consistent, isn't she? She's just good in everything.
Yeah, I'm not sure about her age in relation to Delta Goodrum, but...
Let's work it out.
I've just looked it up.
Okay.
But you go ahead, Nikki.
Anthony,
Yeah.
I have to say that you only have one right, and that is
That's what I thought.
Delta. Unfortunately, you're not very good at the age game.
Well,
Claudia's been around for a while.
You've given an incredible compliment to Claudia Carvin.
Yeah,
though,
that's it.
Because
Yeah.
Claudia Carvin is 52 years of age.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, right.
And you've pegged her as 40, so...
Well, she's been around.
Yeah, but she's fantastic. I will
She
say
is.
that.
She's always
No
looked
doubt.
that age. But he's just thrown a lifeline to whoever's going to get through later today, because I think
It'll go.
When's the next chance?
Google will point you in the right direction.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Well, there'll be people right now. I think, and I don't know the answer, but with my guess, there'll be people out there now going, I've got this. If we get through, we're going to win the $1,000.
That would be the most frustrating thing.
Yeah.
If you've worked it out,
Yeah.
you know the voice.
Yeah.
That's only one part of the puzzle, my friend.
Getting through
you
now.
then need to get someone
it.
to answer
I
the
reckon
phone.
our phone lines are going to crash because
Yeah, it's gonna
everyone's
be
going to
big.
go, oh, I know it. Because it's $1,000 if you get it
Yeah.
one right in the right order.
It's going to be big.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, Nikki, we both have golden retrievers.
Yes, we do.
You've got Whiskey.
Yes.
Whiskey's a lot younger than my golden retriever, Sonny Bill.
How old is Sonny Bill now?
Sonny Bill is 12 years of age.
Oh.
So him and Archie have grown up together. And so he's getting on, but he's still got great spirit.
Yes.
Sonny Bill. And
Could they date? Like, what's the rules with dogs around ages?
Well, it'd be a bit like
Sonny could do that
what's
for
the
sure.
dude from
That'd
the...
be age appropriate.
Come on, Brain.
How old's Whiskey?
God, she's 3.
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner. It'd be that sort of arrangement.
Yeah.
Frowned
Although
upon.
Sonny's had the snip.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, there's
Whiskey
no-
doesn't have to worry about
There's
having
nothing
his
that could go wrong.
bastards.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be bastards either. They'd be
lovely.
They'd be purebreds.
They
They'd
would
actually
be purebreds.
But anyway,
Maybe that can be his last wish. Make a wish he can just shag Whiskey.
yeah, well, no, listen, I'll put it to him. I'll get back to you.
Good wish.
But I was at the. I had him the other day. I had Sonny Bill with me, and I've stopped off at a park. I had time to kill until I had to go to the footy train, and so I've just stopped at a park and I went, and no one was there. There was one other person there, but it was near tennis courts. So I had Sonny out, and he was walking around, and somehow or other, there were 2 ladies playing. They wasn't even tennis. You know what they were playing?
Pickleball.
They were playing pickleball.
Yeah, it's the future.
But the tennis courts where we were at, they had there was a hole in the fence.
Like a Sonny Bill kind of hole.
Yeah. Well, he didn't make the hole, but he went through the hole. And next thing I know, I'm lost. I'm looking at my phone.
There's bloody tennis balls there, essentially.
He's come back with one of those
Pickleballs.
With one of the pickleballs, and I didn't even realise. And then he's just lay down next to me, and then one of the ladies goes, "Oh, excuse me, I think your dog has stolen our ball." Sure enough, Sonny's got this.
And it's perfect for dogs. 'Cause
Yeah,
they got holes in them, so he could take his entire mouth up.
Yeah.
But he can still. Sometimes you see it with tennis balls. I think they're going to suffocate on that.
Yeah, so
It wouldn't happen with a pickleball.
Anyway, I gave this pickleball back, and then because I couldn't work out how he got in there, and then I saw that little sneaky bastard. He's found the hole in the fence, and he's got in there, and he's gone onto the court, and he stole a pickleball.
That's so funny. I've seen cats on the internet that steal random stuff.
Well-
and they bring it back.
Well, this is it. Like when we were kids, and we moved to the Gold Coast. Our German Shepherd that we had was called Levi. That was our dog. I ended up naming my son after him, Levi. But Levi the dog. When we first came to the Gold Coast, we were like 12.
Now we know all of Ash's passwords, by the way.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Dad would never let Levi in the house. Like he would have to sleep outside. Again, this is the dog, not my son. But he could jump the fence. He was a German Shepherd. He could do whatever the bloody hell he wanted. And he must have gone out roaming of a night time. And he brought back to our house once a cricket bat.
That's awesome.
And it became our cricket bat. That was we didn't know, we couldn't take it back anywhere. We didn't know where he got it from. But that was, you have your backyard cricket. That's for our childhood, that's the bat that we used, was the bat that Levi stole of someone when we were kids. I don't know where he got it from, but he must have gone into someone's house, probably
thoughtful.
jumped their fence, seen it, and gone,
That'll do.
That's a good stick.
I'm going to take that with me. And he did. And so I was just throwing it out there. Has your pet ever stolen anything? Like, have you ever come home? You get your sausage dogs, Mitch. Have they ever come home and you've gone, where the bloody hell did you get that from?
Oh, this nibble on. I know that they're little ferrets, those things. But I've got, I don't know. I think if we got a Groodle. She's like 25% that golden retriever. So, but just flogging kids for like the kid stuff, just toys. Wickets. Those are other things. Like cricket bats. They steal the plastic wickets that we've got. They just end up all over the joint. I mean, they're half chewed now, so the kids have got one remaining wicket. So,
but they're taking it from you.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about when
not outside. They're not bringing it from.
I'm talking about doing some outside work.
Yeah.
You're casing the joint.
Yep.
You're knocking off something, and you're bringing it back home. If your dogs have ever done that, or any pet, I'd be interested.
Yeah, because cats are thieves as well. I saw a video of this cat every day brought back something different. It brought back a box of tampons one morning. And then another morning it brings a kid's pencil case. So I think it's going to the bus stop and rifling through people's bags.
Do you reckon they have any concept they're helping the family that feeds them, or is it just purely self-serving?
I think they're helping. I remember Whiskey brought in this piece of paper. We were doing IKEA stuff, and she just carried in this piece of paper, and it said fragile. And I went, oh, yes, you are.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Yeah, you never know how you're going to go when you throw it out and you say, oh, my dog's been out there knocking off stuff. Like Levi, our dog, when we kids stole a cricket bat. It was our cricket bat for 10 years. Coming up. So what has your pet stolen? It looks like every pet in Brisbane is a thief.
Yep.
Because the phones have gone berserk. Fiona out of Forest Lake. Now, what type of dog have you got and what did it steal?
Labrador, and one afternoon, late afternoon, she broke out of the yard and stole the milk of about 8 neighbours off their doorstep.
That's fantastic.
She was finally apprehended by Mrs. Wilson, who dragged her back by the collar with a little milky moustache and a bloated tummy, and was commonly known as the Milky Bar Kid after that.
How good is that? So she was sculling it or bringing it back for you guys?
No, she was sculling it, just piercing it, and then just drinking it as fast as she could.
She was on a crawl.
You think about that milk deliveries for the dogs like back in the day. It'd be like, you won't believe what's going on. Every house. It did make it very awkward to, knock on Mrs. Jensen's door and ask to borrow a cup of milk from that point onwards. But we still went on.
I love the old school names in your street, by the way. The Mrs. Wilson, Mrs.
Jensen. Everyone's a Mrs.
Outstanding. Tash
Truman
out
Show.
of Sandstone Point. What do you got? Who's your thief?
My parents' cat.
And what did she
First started off.
So I just...
First started off.
Sorry, oh my God. Did you say your pet cat? Am I missing words here?
Yeah,
or
a cat.
A
Her pet cat.
Yeah.
Sorry, take it away, Tash.
My parents' cat started off stealing my dad's gloves and shoes from the shed. Then he ventured out to the neighbours and started stealing the kids' clothes that were left in their yards, and then...
There's the sock debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get blamed for missing socks in our house, and it's probably the neighbour's bloody cat, Ginger.
Probably. Could be.
I love
That does
Tash's
solve that
laugh.
problem if that is the case.
And Tupperware lids. I bet your cats are hoarding Tupperware lids as well.
Kylie Woolowan, what do you got?
When I was a child, our dog used to go down to the local servo and steal the chocolate Big M deliveries.
This is like a timed attack. This is orchestrated. This isn't a random hit.
This is more milk, too.
Yes, it is more
chocolate milk.
Yes, that's flavoured chocolate milk, correct?
Right.
He must be hearing the truck.
What type of dog was it?
Oh, it was like a border collie cross, so it sort of makes sense, but it was very amusing when Dad used to find the Big M at the front door.
So would it pierce it as well, or would it bring it home full?
He would bring it home full, and then Dad would open it up.
See, that's the difference between a border collie and a Labrador. A Labrador just chugs it back in for themselves.
Whereas
Whereas
Border Collie's done it for someone else.
yeah, they're working
essentially.
for you.
How stoked would
Brilliant.
you be if your dog just went out somewhere and then just came home and brought you a chocolate milk?
That's a kid's dream.
Oh, is he cold?
I'm waiting for Whiskey to come home with a bottle of whiskey.
He knocked it off.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
And Anne-Marie
Some shivers
at Cannon Hill, what do you got?
Oh, hey, yeah. Well, we came home one day and we discovered our Staffy had found my brother's ex-girlfriend's adult toy and was playing with that in the backyard.
Now, was this a battery-operated one or just a...
It was a big battery-operated one. And it was a big shock because I thought, he's dug up a bone here. What is this? And I picked it up and then quickly dropped it down and, oh, my God.
Damn.
I'm trying. There's so many things I want to say and so many things I shouldn't say. But,
you didn't go on to use it for years and years like we did with the cricket bat, did you?
Oh, we definitely didn't. I mean...
the family got a decade out of that.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I'm smarter than I'm smarter than who?
The Brighton Answer deal is here, with one lucky person winning $100,000 off the price of their new home every month. Drop into your nearest Brighton display home today.
Candace out of Flagstone. Good morning.
Good morning.
How art thou?
Yeah, pretty good.
That's all right. You sound really chipper. It says on the screen here that you were up all night looking after the kids.
Yeah, look, I've got 2 kids, so I'm pretty well versed.
What, young? Up crying?
Yeah, I've got a 3 and a 7.
Okay. All right. Well, you're out of the worst of it. Like after 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, mine are rat bags, so probably not.
Fair enough. All right. And on your way to work.
Chemist Warehouse.
And, manager at Chemist Warehouse, Bean Lee.
Love
All right.
that.
Well, good stuff, Candace. We're playing for $300 today. And as we were saying before, you're also in the draw for the BYD Shark 6. I don't know if you've seen any getting around, but they look good.
They do look good.
Mitch saw a white one yesterday.
Ooh.
You get white.
Great white, isn't it?
Yeah, great white, tidal black, or
Candace
deep
knows.
sea blue. One of those 3. Let's go, Candace. Let's put the spotlight upon us.
You want to have a quick look at question 3 there as it's written, Ash, just in case you want to...
Is that an issue?
Maybe. Just I think in the flow of the game, maybe there's might some rewording there.
While you're doing that, I will say, Candace, they had a Chemist Warehouse booth at the charity event I did at Eagle Farm on Saturday, and it was great. I had all the fragrances you guys have, and I was
many nice ones.
I was going up and just spraying one because you know how it reacts differently to different people. Then I'd just walk the room to see if I got a good reaction, and if I didn't, I'd go wash it off, and then I'd go back and get another one.
Yep.
I just did that all day. Tested a whole
What
bunch.
did you land on?
Tom Ford Black Orchid.
Ooh, very nice.
What do you say is the sexiest
Go
one?
on, you say.
You'd know. Like, what's the best one?
I like Dior Sauvage.
Oh, is that a men's or women's? That's
Men's.
Is that
men's.
That's men's.
That's a Johnny Depp one, right?
Oh,
he did
really?
all the ads.
Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah, did the ads.
No,
and
it is.
did
Yeah,
those confusing ads in the desert.
that's right. He was in the
Oh.
desert looking like a pirate.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay,
that
there you
one-
go.
You know that one?
Man, if you're out there, that's what the Chemist Warehouse experts think.
That one perfume it stops me in my tracks.
Is that Bowie's?
No, not the
Creed?
No, not Creed.
Oh, right.
I'm off Creed. No, for women. They'll go with Chanel number 5.
Oh, yeah.
It can't be beat.
Oh, classic.
My mum wears that.
It does things to me.
So does my wife.
No,
Can we just bring
so
the two
I'm
of them
not. Chanel Mademoiselle is the one that gets me.
I'm Chanel number 5. It does it for me. And then
I like Prada Paradox for women.
yeah. But then I walked into Christmas Day at Mum's, just Christmas Day just gone, and I went, I stopped.
Yeah.
And it was Auntie Margaret.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. That's the problem. When your aunties start wearing it.
I couldn't
Oh,
believe
no.
it.
Yeah. I get turned on by Lockie's pheromones in our team here. That's just weird. He doesn't even wear anything. That's just when he gets a sweat up, which is rare. He does nothing. But anyway, Candace.
Okay, well, let's go. Candace, 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Who wrote the play Hamlet?
Oh my gosh. I've blanked. I don't know.
Which former late-night host hosted Carpool Karaoke?
Oh my gosh. What's his name? Oh my gosh. I've blanked again. I don't know.
Which AFL team is known as the Tigers?
Don't know.
Who is the current Vice President of the United States?
Oh, Kamala Harris?
Spell necessary.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
The late night did get me, didn't
Yeah,
it?
that's late night fever.
Those damn kids.
Because those answers were in your brain. You could tell that they just weren't they weren't popping to the front.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, it's harder than you think.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. Okay,
Sleep deprivation.
Let's bring in the gimp.
Bring in the game. 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 Bring in the game.
Magic.
The gimp's in. Oh, jeez, my voice broke.
She's in.
The gimp's in. That was not a good sound.
You ready?
That took forever. We were
we
gas
were having a
bagging.
great
gas
chat. We were
bag.
talking
We got
to
into fragrances,
Candace,
actually.
yeah.
Candace.
Just wait.
Chemist Warehouse,
Let's
famous.
get through the business first.
all right.
Here we go. 30 seconds on the
right.
clock. Your time starts now. Who wrote the play Hamlet?
Shakespeare.
Which former late night host hosted carpool karaoke?
James Corden.
Which AFL team is known as the Tigers?
West Tigers. Perth.
Who is the current Vice President of the United States?
JD Vance.
Spell necessary.
NECESSARY.
Stop the clock.
That's such a tough one. I write that down. I still don't know whether it's right or not. That's one that I'm thankful for auto-correct.
Oh, yeah. There's a double in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You never know where
it's
to
like
put it.
Tenerife.
Yes.
We work here. I still don't know how to spell it.
Tenerife is a double F, isn't it?
I think it
It
is.
is.
Is it a double N too?
I don't-
Or is it just
No.
one?
No, it's not. It's not a double
It's
F.
just one of those ones. You just never know.
Ugh.
All right, let's have a look at it. Who wrote the play Hamlet? Candace. I mean, geez, you chewed up so much of the clock on that one.
I did.
Let me think. Nope, don't know.
Don't know.
It was Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Shakespeare. And,
Of course.
And Lutzi, of course, the famous line being...
Doth not hate what's up, Doc.
You're doing your Daffy Duck impersonation.
1-0 Nikki. Which former late night host hosted carpool karaoke? Candace, you didn't know that. Nikki, James Corden is correct.
Excellent.
He
These
doesn't
are
do
questions
that.
I
He does-
really should know.
He doesn't do that anymore, does he?
No,
The
I don't
late
think so.
night show.
No.
No.
I never warned him. I don't
No,
know
neither
what-
do I. I don't know what it
never-
was either.
Apparently he's a proper prick.
That
Is he?
must be why then.
No, I'm just
I reckon
saying
I
that.
can, I reckon I can pick that.
No, I actually don't know, but
No,
you
but
know.
I'm going to believe that now.
Yeah, now I believe it.
Oh, sorry, James. I really
everyone
like
spread it.
Everyone believed that James Corden is just a total.
Yeah.
It's 2-0. Which AFL team is known as the Tigers? It's Richmond.
Not
Oh,
No, you in a league.
Sorry.
yeah.
Whoopsie.
I went all over the
You
shop.
at West Tigers, yes.
Yeah.
You know. The current Vice President of the United States is JD Vance. You got that, Nikki?
Get.
And spell necessary, NECESSARY. Nikki got that as well. It's a 4-0 victory.
get.
Candace, there's no easy way to say this, my friend, but you've been pantsed.
Oh, dear. Oh, well.
Oh, it's
Hopefully I
all right.
enjoy it.
I've been pants too, Candace, and not in a good way. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look,
I feel your pain.
It happens. It
it
happens.
does happen. That's all right.
You still get prizes.
Just trying to see where... Those Flagstone's out Logan way, isn't it? Don't worry
What was
about
that,
it.
sorry?
I'll give you I've got a couple of good ones here. This is actually great. This is in April, but I feel like you'd be all up for this. Give you a break from the kids as well. It's on the Oasis, which is this amazing cruising boat that's up and down the Brisbane River. It's on the 27th of April. You can get your tickets to see MK. Live on board Oasis. I've given you a double pass to that. You can check out oasiscruising.com.au for that and all the other great things that happen each and every week. We love Oasis. And
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, I'll also give you a $100 Otto voucher. Otto, which is one of my favourite
perfect.
restaurants. That'd be perfect for you.
Oh,
as well.
thank you.
Oh, you did really well.
You're
They
welcome.
obviously like you, Candace.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, thanks. It was because I was having a good chat
Yeah, we had
about
a good
fragrance.
Oh, fragrance.
Now, what's that favourite
She gave
fragrance
us
from
the
them
one,
again?
the Johnny Depp one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Dior Sauvage.
It gives her the horn.
Apparently at Chemist Warehouse it's a big seller and the chicks love it.
Oh, all right. I might get my husband some.
Yeah, you should.
Sauvage.
I feel like this conversation's come to its natural ending.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
We've got special guests in the studio galore at the moment because, as you know, Lutzi and I are huge supporters of the Devils, and we've got two of their finest that have come into the studio at the moment, and they've brought a pretty important piece of silverware with them as well. We've got Jack Ahern, who is a Devils legend. He has been a player for a long time, and also the current captain, Kieran Mosley, in the house. And the boys have brought with them
The Queensland State Championship.
NRL, yeah, the NRL State
Sorry, the NRL
Championship.
State Championship
Yeah.
Trophy, where the Queensland team, the North Devils, triumphant last year. Fantastic stuff. And check out this silverware.
Oh, it's great. It's great, and it's
Solid.
only the third time that a Queensland club has won this national championship, which is in its 11th year now. It started back in 2014. But good morning, boys. Thanks for coming in and showing us the silverware. Might start with you, Jack, and I described you as a bit of a club legend. How great is it to see that our club, the Devils, won the national championship? It's just an enormous sense of pride for me as a former Dev. But what's it like for you guys as players to have achieved this unbelievable honour?
Yeah, it's an amazing, achievement for the club.
Yeah.
And just, so happy from where it's come from, especially when I joined in 2018, come across to Norths and to where it is, now. We've had a few successful years. So, I'm just over the moon for the organisation, the sponsors, the players and the families involved as well. Just, so happy for everyone. And
you're back into it now, sort of I think it was a delayed start. We lost the first game to Reddy, was washed out because of the
cyclone.
The cyclone, but back into it again. Kieran, what's your pre-season been like, mate? Is everybody back this year? What changes are there for the Devs?
Yeah, as you have probably seen, we've got Ron Smith back.
Yep.
Yes. He's an integral part of the club, and the changes in 2018 when Jack and Mikey came as well. So having him back, he coaches differently, which is good. He challenges everyone to get better every day, keeps striving for success. So
I think the other part of it too is this is like when I was a kid. I know I don't look it, but I'm quite old now. So
it's hard to believe, guys.
But,
we're wearing those oversized shirts now that you get from industry. Have you noticed that, Jack?
Trying to mask everything we can.
Hiding our titties, basically.
But when I was a kid, no one really cared about the we used to call it the Sydney comp. You know what I mean? Like
no, it was all
really
QRL.
It was just the game of footy that you get each week was the Brisbane Rugby League.
People probably don't even realise that. If you're under...
That was it. That was...
What, under 40?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know that, right up until the Bronx came in. You'd be at packed houses.
Yep.
Like, you'd go to Lang Park and it'd be chockers.
But
for QRL.
My point is that these great grounds that we've got in Brisbane, these great clubs, the Devs being right at the top of it, but they're all great places to go and watch footy. And if you've never been out to Bishop Park and watched the footy, it's like... There's a history to it that you feel. You feel it when you come in
the clubhouse when you walk in as well.
Into the clubhouse or up onto the hills. There is no bad seat because you're so close to the action. I remember that game we went to. We went to and the sounds of the bodies colliding and the physicality of it. It's just at a whole new level. Tell him about the Ben Teo story.
We went with Ben Teo one day, and he was in the midst of him playing for the Bronx. And there was a hit, and he went like, "Oh God, that was a bit nasty." I went, "You play NRL,
yes,
but for some reason at Bishop Park, it just sounds more brutal. It's like it's tough. Like I guess you haven't got that complete roar of a stadium where you can actually you feel like you're intimately part of the game. You're right there. Do you get that energy when you're playing there?
Yeah, for sure. Like the atmosphere of those grounds as well, and it's good that the grand finals at KO Stadium as well instead of Suncorp.
It is
actually works. Bradham's still on board this year.
Nova's on board. Bradham's on board. Plenty of great people on board for the Devs.
Who's a major sponsor out there?
Is it Robert Baxton again?
Higgins Services.
Higgins Services.
Harcourts.
Shout out.
Harcourts, Steel, Altus Traffic. There's a bunch of people that do some great work for the Devs, and we're going to be keeping up to date on all those home games at Bishop Park as well this year. But get on board local rugby league. It's a great time to be in Brisbane and part of sport, so support the locals and get behind these guys. Become part of the journeys of the players too. Get to know them.
All right, Jack,
really enjoy
Jack Ahern and the skipper, Kieran Mosley. Thanks very much, boys. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
You were made to meet halfway. Expedia were made to plan where halfway is. Expedia, made to travel.
Auckland, LA, Vegas.
Oh my God.
Nova's Red Room Global Tour. Powered by Expedia.
Nova's Red Room.
Let's go.
Let me hear ya.
'Cause I can't go.
Sydney, Auckland, LA, Vegas. I mean, that's an amazing trip just on its own, but you throw in all of the great artists that we've got in each of those cities.
And a bit of VIP treatment as well.
And then you got yourself the best Red Room experience I think that we've ever given away. That'd be fair to say.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
I reckon. And the next draw is tomorrow. Ricky, Lee, Tim and Joel, 4 p.m. tomorrow. They'll be drawing another winner. So make sure you've got your phones turned on.
And you haven't
dropped them down any elevator shafts or anything silly like that. Imagine that. You finally get your phone back.
Could you imagine? I feel like, given your luck this week, Lutzy, that would happen to you.
Well, I was answering a call as it happened. Just imagine that was the call. And you could just see it down the bottom.
Oh,
with Nova.
That's a Farrelly Brothers movie right there.
There's that Scotty, Roachdale South. What's going on, mate?
Good morning, guys.
You're in the draw.
Awesome. This sounds like an awesome trip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so wait, you're torn between the wife or a few mates. Hang on.
Yeah. Well, someone's got to look after the kids. It won't be me.
By process of elimination, it's her.
Do you have in-laws, parents that could help?
Not ones we're on speaking terms with, so.
Oh, no. But then, if you don't take your wife, then you won't be on speaking terms. I'm worried that how this is going to play out for you, Scott.
But I'll be happy.
Yeah, okay.
Scott's going to be happy.
You're going to end up in Vegas, so.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'll find a new wife in Vegas.
Oh, jeez. I hope your wife is
You might be looking for a new wife in Brisbane this weekend.
Scott's front footing this one. I don't know if you've noticed.
He hasn't even won it yet.
Yes.
He's just in the draw.
Oh, no.
It's a very good bought a lotto ticket and then walked into work and told the boss to shove it.
Yeah, probably going to win this. Good luck to you.
Oh, Jenny from North Lakes. Jenny, you are also in the draw.
Awesome, can't wait.
And who are you going to take?
Well, I can't take my 10-year-old, so it'll have to be my sister.
Oh, and your 10-year-old, they can look after themselves, can't they?
Yeah, she's 10. She can,
she's got it sorted.
She'll be right,
What age are kids allowed to be left home by
Is
themselves?
it 12, 13?
I was having this discussion with Joe just the other. Like, what is the legal age that a kid is able to be?
And how long can you leave them alone?
Yeah, that's more the point.
Yeah, there's like
Weeks,
a pop to the
months,
shops or,
Is there an answer to that? Like, are you able to, leave a...
Yeah, we're getting clarification.
Yeah, we'll see. Now, is it Akshay? Akshay?
Yeah, Akshay.
Akshay, you're in the draw, my friend, as well.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
All right, well,
on you,
make sure 4 o'clock tomorrow that you're listening. And we got room for one more, Mitch?
Yeah, let's do it.
Who's that?
Rory. This isn't Rory Ackermanis, is it?
No. I wish.
So Rory, I know. Mate, you're in the draw as well.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
All right.
And for, I think it was Jenny, the legal age is 12, so you might have to sort a sitter. Or just don't tell anyone. Just.
How old's Archie?
He's just turned 13.
Oh, sweet.
Legal.
I mean, not that you
Been
went
for a while,
The Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Nikki, I know I showed you this just a couple of moments ago, but there's a picture in the Courier Mail today of Naomi Watts.
Oh, yes.
She's at the premiere of her new film in New York City. Page 7, for those of you who want to play along at home. And she walked the red carpet at the premiere with her daughter. Now, this daughter, her name is Kai Schreiber.
Yeah, after her dad.
Is that Lee? Yeah, so she's the daughter of Liv and Naomi.
Yeah.
They're not together anymore, are they?
Liv. No, they broke up like 2016, which I can't believe yet.
Did they?
Really?
Yeah. Says I actually just saw the article. She's remarried to Billy Crudup, the actor as well.
Billy Crudup, get out of there.
Really?
Almost famous?
Yes. Yeah, and the more recently of the morning show. On Apple TV
I haven't
with
seen
Jennifer.
that. Is that any good?
He's excellent in it. Yeah.
Really?
He's a studio exec. Yeah.
I didn't know she was with him now. She's beautiful, Naomi Watts.
Mm-hmm. She looks happy.
She's a good-looking woman.
She looks particularly happy here, which is juxtaposed by her daughter.
This was my point. Okay,
Yes.
now she's brought her daughter along as her date, and her daughter, like she looks like a supermodel as well. She's a lot taller than Naomi. Naomi's got a beautiful smile on. She's proud as punch to be there. And her, 16-year-old daughter is there, and she's got a sour look on her face.
Yeah, that's trending right now.
Is that
great?
Yeah, the more discontent in the environment you're in you look, the more fashionable.
Right.
Yeah, I did see that on Fashion TV the other night.
Yeah, you look miserable and hungry.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
That's the look. But the thing I can't get my head around, I don't like what they're doing at the moment with the eyebrows. They're doing the kind of bald eyebrow trend at the moment, or bleached out eyebrows. Have you noticed this?
None.
It gives them like this alien androgynous look. Gaga started it. Have you noticed she's been doing some wax stuff with her eyebrows?
No.
They've got they've got to stop it. Your eyebrows frame your face. And
I haven't even noticed that, but I look closer now. She doesn't have any eyebrows.
No. It's like this alien thing. I don't know why they're doing it.
So she plucked them out?
No, they bleached them out. I don't know. It's a fad that they will regret deeply in many years to come, just like the 70s women plucked all of their eyebrows for one thin line, thanks to Agneta. But
so it looked like they were drawn on.
Yeah, they just did the draw on Mully Grub thing, and then they spent years trying to grow them back. Nah, too late.
You know what I'm not a huge fan of, if we're going to talk eyebrows, is the eyebrow tattoo.
Oh, yeah, well.
I don't think...
That they are the people.
They look real.
Funny
it's
that.
like kind of two sort of witchetty grubs that they've got tattooed over the top of their...
Yeah, that microblading is
one.
the technical term, microblading. When done right, it looks great and you don't even notice. But these chicks are going for these heavy-set Sabrina Carpenter eyebrows and they just look like Greek men. It's just not hot. They overcook it.
Yeah.
It's some sort of dysmorphia, I think. I think you've got to try and keep your eyebrows as natural as possible.
What about for men? Because when I get my hair cut now, she puts the comb over.
Yeah, I get the strays.
And she...
the Bob Hawke clippering.
She gives me the clippering. And I always think of my grandpa, because my grandpa... He had the bushiest eyebrows. That's
you in 5 years.
That's what it would be if it was left unchecked. Grandpa had eyebrows that were,
like spiders attacking his eyeballs.
Like 12 centimetres long.
It's like 5 years after Humans. You know that documentary. The humans are gone, and Times Square's all overgrown. That's your face, I reckon. Like it's like 5 years after Ashley. Your face is just a bushy mess. There's like jungles coming out your nose.
Well, they do. They get so long that you're like, oh, I've got something in my eye, and it's your own eyebrow. Yeah. I've noticed that with my dad. Do they do your ears too? Are you getting your ears?
I don't get them yet. Do you get your ears? Because I see my dad and
say nothing.
I'm not going to be that guy that has sprouting ears. And,
don't be that guy.
No, but I'm sure our dad said that when they were our age, and at some point you go, I don't care anymore. Well, I don't care where hair's growing out.
Well, you just start finding places. You go, how the bloody hell does a hair grow out of that?
Like everywhere but your head. Yes, pretty much where you want it, essentially.
And the other one that is inexcusable is people who have long nostril hair.
I've become increasingly aware of my nostril hairs lately.
Yeah, no, take care of that.
Anything visible from front on, like now? I can't see any in you. Can you see in me?
No. Oh, thank God. I've got one of those things that you stick up your nose to take care of it.
I feel like I've just reached to that age where I probably need to clip some stuff. Maybe.
You get up your nose? Do you get it?
Well, it depends. I think if you've got to do it, if you've got a bat in the cave that's quite constant.
Because it's hanging off it.
Yeah, they're swinging.
Stalactite.
Yeah, they're swinging off your stalactite.
Bat in the cave. For everyone it is.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Bring it back. Throwback Throwdown.
Where are we at?
30 years old. These songs are 1994. We'll get straight to it. In fourth place, but a respectable 20%.
Now it's
thanks, buddy.
Hey. Well, it wasn't that long ago we had a record low of 4%, so this is good.
Yeah, I'll take 20.
Absolutely. Then up in...
It's a good market share there.
It is. It's not bad. It's not bad.
From one movie song to another in 24%, third spot.
Can you feel the love?
This shocks me. Not only that Ash hasn't won,
I didn't think it would rate well.
Where are all those Lion King kids?
The only way Elton would win now is if he's doing, another one of those team-ups with Britney or someone.
Duo or
collab.
Something like that, a collab.
3% ahead in second position.
Tristina
27,
Trophy.
Yeah, the Tristina Trophy.
Tristina will love this. She loves Will Smith.
She would, yeah. Great throwback. Fresh Prince.
Speaking of collabs, before you get into me winning.
Okay, good on you.
I was listening to this morning when I was driving in. Savage Garden have remixed their "Ooh, I Want You," and I didn't like the song back then, and now I like the song.
Oh, the Peking duck one.
Oh, yeah, that's been around for
That's been around for a little bit.
Yeah.
Why am I so late to the party?
I don't know. No, we were playing that 6 months ago. I reckon. Yeah, well, Peking duck, and they sprinkle their juices all over things. And the winner is today.
They probably remixed this too. In 29%, there was 2% in it at the end, but a win's a win, 29%. What a man. Salt and pepper.
All in the 20s. That's been
Crank
a while.
it up. I'm ready to dance.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, the footy is back, round four already. Actually, it kicks off tonight. You got Penrith.
Oh, it's Thursday.
And South. Yeah, it's Thursday night. NRL on 9. Watch every match live and free on 9 and 9 Now. And we've got the great man, the legend, an immortal in waiting. Actually, what is his immortal status? He will be an immortal.
Officially, he will never die, but he's not an immortal yet.
He's not an immortal yet. Now listen to that. The great JT.
G'day, how are you all?
Hey, mate, just before we get into actually talking footy, I was, wasting my time on Insta or whatever it was the other day, and they played this clip of you with talking with Andrew Johns, and it was you were talking a bit about is there one particular fan who heckled you? He calls you Thurston.
Yes.
Yeah, what's that story? What did that bloke do to you?
So I've never won at Leichhardt Oval, and after an Origin game, backed up and played at Leichhardt, and there's this bloke in the on the hill just absolutely feeding it to me, but he's got no teeth, so he can't say Thurston, so he's saying Thurston, where's your Queensland spirit now? And it's pretty funny because everywhere I go, I'll just get a random, hey Thurston, where's your Queensland spirit?
Thurston. Oh, well. Mate, do you still love the footy? Like, you've been retired for a little while now, but do you find that you still get excited around each new season? There's so much drama involved with our great game, isn't there? Like, are you still getting your enjoyment factor from it?
Oh, 100%. I love it. Even if I wasn't working for Channel 9, I'd still be involved in it some way. I'm helping Billy with the Origin side again, so and doing a little bit at the Cowboys as well. So, yeah, I love the game. It's been a big part of my life, and yeah, as you mentioned, every season seems to toss up something, so much drama, and we've already seen that over the first few rounds. Obviously, DCE, big news there, him leaving Manly. Yeah. And then I was just reading earlier that they might be giving Jakey Trbojevic a haircut with his salary as well. Really? So, yeah, it's all happening down south, and then obviously the Dolphins and the Cowboys at the moment haven't had a win, so Dolphins play the Bronx at Suncorp Stadium tomorrow night, so that'll be a huge game for Wolfie's side. So, yeah, Nathan Cleary missing from the Panthers. South play them tonight, so it's a great opportunity. I think this is the first game that Wayne's played against Penrith, being back at the helm at South Sydney when they got beaten in the grand final a few years ago. So a lot of... that grand final history as well has a lot riding on it. So you lose a grand final, you never forget that, and Wayne doesn't lose many.
Yeah. JT, what's your call on the Bronx so far from what you've seen of them? It's sort of been a bit of everything, hasn't it?
Yeah, yep. I think they're still finding their feet with their combinations, and I think it's going to take a little while. But, yeah, they've got all the tools available to them to, go deep into the finals. If they can keep everyone healthy, then I expect them to be a top 4 finisher. Certainly, they seem like they've got a bit of a hard edge to them now under Michael Maguire, and there's probably a lot of people have said that's what they need. But, yeah, I've been impressed so far. They're still finding their feet with their combinations, especially their 9, 7, 6 and 1.
Yeah, what do they do with the halves when Ezra and everything? What's the number one halves combo, you reckon?
At this stage, I think it's definitely Hunty and Adam Reynolds, two of the most experienced halves running around. So, yeah, you could use Ezra as a 14, I think, when he comes back. So he could be in a super sub where, he can cover a lot of positions. He could play in the centres, a fullback, in the halves, obviously, and you could probably throw him in at dummy half there as well to give the 9 a little 10, 15-minute break. So, yeah, like I said, they got all the tools to be able to go deep into the finals, and they've got one hell of a forward pack as well. Payne Huss has had an outstanding start to the year. Paddy Carrigan, I know,
He's on Ramadan too, JT. Like, he's been going through Ramadan. Can you believe it?
Just wait till he starts eating again. Then the Broncos everyone's in trouble. Can he eat yet? No, not yet.
No,
end of the month. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's remarkable what he's still been able to do, given the Ramadan and not being able to eat during the day and things like that. So yeah, he's just a genetic freak. So that forward pack, he leads them through the middle there with Paddy Carrigan and Benny Hunt and the spine, the 9, 7, 6 and 1 just play off the back of that. So they've got all the, like I said, they've got everything there to go deep into the finals.
And just finally, just while we got you, and you mentioned DCE, like DCE's 36 now, Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
He's 36, and he reckons he wants to play for another 2 seasons, which would make him the oldest, if he was to finish that, the oldest NRL player in history.
Whatever.
In history. So what was it like for you, mate? Like, as you get to the end of your career, is there a particular moment when you realised, oh, my body's not up to it? Or what was the steps to retirement for you? Was it...
the mind was there. The body wasn't. If that makes sense, just takes a little bit longer to recover, and a little bit slower getting out of bed as well.
The incontinence pads, I guess, was a big one for you.
Where's your continence pads now, first?
First, and why are you taking Metamucil?
So, look, I can't believe Manly has treated DC the way that he's been treated. I know that you just don't treat legends at your club like that. I'm astounded that they're going to let him go, given what he's done at that club. He's the most capped player, obviously their captain. Maybe he just wants to freshen up. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him, but for them to not keep him and see him retire at the Manly Seagulls, I'm just astounded by that.
It's bizarre.
And retain him in the club post career as well. As a
that's it. Like
football manager, whatever the hell it is, right?
A true legend.
Yeah,
a true legend of the club, mate. As we said, there's always drama going on in rugby league. We always cover it on NRL on 9. You can watch every match live and free. Channel 9 and 9 Now. And don't forget Penrith South tonight, and then the Battle of Brisbane tomorrow with the Redcliffe Dolphins hosting the Broncos. So we'll see you on the TV. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
See you, JT. No worries. Thanks for having me. See ya.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Lutz, you know what?
I do, but you can't see them.
Your eyebrows are starting to just become like they're not even there.
Well, they're still there. But...
they don't look like they're there. You look like you don't have eyebrows.
Yeah, because it's the same colour as my skin.
They catch the light, though.
Yeah, but like where I'm sitting at the moment, it looks like someone shaved his eyebrows off.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get him some microblading. Give Lutzi some eyebrows. Could you imagine?
Like real black ones.
I've heard people colour them. They do that when you do
they can
TV
tint them. They tint them.
Can you colour them up? Like colour them up for tomorrow just so we can see the difference?
Oh, yeah, okay, mate. I'll just do that at home.
I'll bring in an eyebrow
I've never got a mobile phone, mate. How am I going to get eyebrow?
I can do it.
Can you do that tomorrow? Though bring in some, just so we can see the difference.
He'll be like that baby that went viral.
I'm just going to look like a transvestite, aren't I? Or something.
Or you could look like that baby that went viral where she painted eyebrows on the baby and videoed the dad walking in.
Oh, yes.
It's very, very funny.
That's what I want to look. That's the look I'm going for.
Yeah.
Come give me that cash.
Lutzi and Nikki Osborne's $50,000 Mystery Voices. Guess these 4 voices.
I listen to
and win a guaranteed $50,000.
Cha-cha-ching.
All right, I dropped some very big clues this morning, and I told everyone to get on the Google. I basically gave the date of birth, well, the year of birth away for number one, voice number one, who is an Australian. And it's someone that is connected to me. So have people put 2 and 2 together. I really hope so. Who do we have? We've got Kane and Stella from Budrum. How you doing,
Hello,
Kane?
guys. We're good, guys. How are you?
We're all right. So, Budrum, that's my hood. You're in my neck of
It
the
is your
woods.
hood. Yeah, it is your hood. Yep. So we're driving down to the Gold Coast for Stella's dancing. So.
Oh, you're a
Yep,
dance
in the
dad.
traffic. I'm a dance dad. Yeah.
Oh, the traffic's terrible today too. I only just
It
made
is
it
horrid.
into the show.
What's the big
Yeah,
dance
it's hard.
competition? Is it a competition?
No, she dances at Amanda Bollinger's at Southport, so it's ballet.
Yeah.
So yeah, we drive down to Stella practices down there.
Good on her. Geez, that's a fair trip,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That is a
Budrum's
hike.
at Southport.
Good on you, Dad.
Well done,
Yeah, thanks,
Dad.
guys. Yeah.
All right, Kane. Well, you've got 4 people that you've got to name. I've dropped a lot of hints this morning. Have you Googled?
Stella has Googled. 'Cause She's got nothing to do for 3 hours. So we think we're kind of number one. We think it's Kate Patterson. Then for 2, we went with Will Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Hamish Blake. And number 4, Delta Goodrum.
Okie dokie. Katie Patterson. Who is Katie Patterson?
We had Kate Patterson.
Oh, Kate Patterson.
It's not
Yeah.
a good sign that Nikki's asking who
I
that is.
don't
No,
know
it's generally
who
not a
it
good
is.
sign, is it?
No, and
In your mind, who's Katie Patterson? Kane?
In our mind. Stella just Googled the... what did you Google? It was like, Stella, I think she Googled other people born in 1984 Australian or something, and she just popped straight up. So, and she was reality TV, so we kind of just went, well, that's pretty close.
Okay, all right. Well, she put the right Google search in. But unfortunately,
No go?
no go. Only Delta was right, and we've got Delta. And also, I did put out a clue 2 days ago that the 2 middle voices are not Australian.
Okay, so you're doubling down on that.
Yeah.
Which would rule Will Anderson and Hamish
Yeah,
Blake
so Will
out.
Anderson and Hamish Blake, both Aussies. Scrap them.
But that's
we need
okay.
internationals.
I like that Stella's working hard on it. Just got to readjust
Well,
her
we've-
focus a little bit.
we've
I like
named-
that she's
we've
committed
named
to
the
the
date.
ballet.
Yeah,
that's-
I know.
that's
I
great
love
as
that
well.
too.
Yeah,
Going down. We're going to be interviewing Stella one day. You watch.
exactly.
She'll go and hit the international stage.
Maybe she needs some more Google practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that
Let's call a spade here. She failed.
She failed.
And you got to be commitment, ballet. You got to be committed. You know, you got to get.
That's right.
That's it.
Where's that laser focus when you need it?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Come on, Stella, be better.
I'd be nearly there because otherwise it's going to be an awkward drive for the rest of the trip.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.